Traditional rulers, be careful on the way you play politics. And even romance and play politics against the government that recognizes their stool. I will not hesitate. I will not. It doesn't matter whoever is involved. I will deal with that. I have been careful. I've been warning. Don't tell you think. You come here, you call me your in-law. I won't take it. Don't insult the seat of government. Nobody will take it. And I want to, this is the last time you should stop playing politics with us too. I won't take it any longer. I have to say it now, so I won't say that I did not tell you. And I've told the chairman of the River State Traditional Rulers Council, please call him to order. I know what I passed through to upgrade us to. You can't use what I've done to fight me. I'll fight back. You are seeing a governor, you won't serve the governor, he's a small boy. What a small boy will do to you. You understand that this small boy you're talking about, the power both from heaven and earth is with him. When he descends on you, then you know that Kakindo be leader.
We are going to support the governor. Anything he wants us to do, we will do. There's nothing like my mentor. There's no mentor. He is now our leader, isn't it? Anywhere he directs, we go, isn't it? He follow, we go.
So those of us who understand what power is all about, will respect the authority.
Has emerged and has emerged. So wait till 2027. Whether you be alive or not, it's in the hand of God. So wait, he will govern us till 2027. And I believe, from what I've seen, the way he has started with, I hear now there are spiritual commissioners. That tells you a man who is ready and prepared to work. There's no waiting. Which means before he came, he had put himself down, he had looked at people and said, well, if this thing happens, this is what I'm likely to do. And we're not going to relent.
That's why I said don't touch River State. The day you touch River State, you will begin to have problems. I have no doubt. All those who are scheming against River State, just watch how they will be having problems. When I hear people declaring for APC, saying that they want to continue the good job of Mr. President, the good job of people dying every day, the good job of Naira falling every day, I feel so ashamed that we have gotten to the level where sacrificing, people will come and say, look, I want to continue the good job of Buhari. What is the good job of Buhari? Of hunger is a good job, of poverty is a good job, of insecurity is a good job, of the economy falling is a good job. It's such a shameful thing. Only one person can be a minister from a state. I will not be a minister. I will not. I'm not a liability. So everybody will have to be careful. You give somebody an umbrella, the next day he defects. I will never disappoint PDP. If I disappoint PDP, I will never have peace in my life. And EFCC will come. He said, no, let me join them. So EFCC will not be against you. You carry the vote of another party and you join another party. Can you transfer vote? You work hard for somebody to win the election. Tomorrow the person says, no, I have defected. If you are defecting, leave the seat. If you know it is easy.
We've seen successors turn against their predecessors in politics.
Yes, yeah.
Would you be worried if that happens to you?
Why? Is he serving me? Was he going to serve me? He was going to serve the state. The problem we have, or leaders have, is that, look, you succeeded in supporting the person to be in office. Right? What you did, is it for him to fail or to succeed? You want you to come into your house to be taking orders? You want your wife to go into tell you, this is what I want to do, not what. You see, once you have left office, you give yourself that respect. I say, I have done my own. If he wants my advice, it's okay. If he doesn't want my advice, it's okay. But for me to begin from day to day, telling him he must do this, he must do that, that is not acceptable.
It has to be basically on the basics of ignorance and sheer wickedness against Nigeria. For you to have pity on Nyesom Wike, the SY governor of River State and Minister of the FCT, Nyesom Wike performed all the magic, did all the evil, right? Orchestrated all forms of wickedness. There is nothing he did not do. Humiliated, embarrassed, shamed, defamed, insulted, abused. So somehow, while I am a proponent of democratic tenets, values, and principles, I am also somewhere in me not feeling sorry for this man, because it was only going to be a matter of time. The guy considered too much nuisance. As recent as the 2023 elections, it was blatant. Yes, in the eyes of the people, in the face of public game. I might not go talk. I said in without conscience. It was Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the undemocratic Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who rigged 2020 general elections, right? That went on to allow some form of leverage for Lagos State. He lost Lagos State, but of course we know he rigged Lagos State. He had to save his face. He had to inflate the votes he got in Lagos. But Nyesom Wike vowed, even Tinubu did not do what Nyesom Wike did. I am telling you. So that's why I'm bringing that. You should not have known Wike, or you are just wicked. You don't like Nigeria. Somehow it was only going to be a matter of time. Somebody was going to place it where it belongs. For a lot of us, we knew that, and then go and read up the trajectory of the reverse politics. You understand that the person Fubara is going to also install the next governor, because what is looking like the man is ready. Because I have listened to a few persons who just started following political conversations after 2020 elections, and they are on the side of Wike and the APC saying Fubara will hear and win. See, Bola Ahmed Tinubu needs Fubara more than he needs Tinubu. Yeah. As it were now, what Wike is doing for Tinubu in FCT can be done by just anybody. What gave Wike the bargaining power, the negotiating power to be in Tinubu's government was what he did in the elections with Rivers. Overturned Peter Obi and Labour Party votes and gave it to Tinubu without any form of recourse to good conscience, equity, fairness, and anything. And so what Tinubu needs for 2027 is Rivers' vote and not a man. If Fubara decides to give it to him, he would accept it. In fact, if Wike had moved to the APC fully, I'm sure Fubara would have stayed with the PDP to deal with. But now, Wike is holding PDP to the jugular and working with the APC. So, of course, he had to move on. Now, a few persons say, why did not go to the Labour Party? There's some form of infiltration in the Labour Party as it were now. You have to be ignorant also not to know. Challenge the National Caucus. I'm sure that the Peter Obi group with Alessoti and the rest of these guys, and they are trying to manage the situation and get Labour Party out. So trying to manage it and get it out already means that there's some infiltrations happening. So they will allow that to be done. And maybe at the end of the day, something may happen before 2027. But by and large, this video is to remind you that Wike performed all the evil. Yes, others did all the magic, did all the wrong, insulted everybody, traditional rulers. I was talking about trajectory. When former Rivers Governor Peter Odili was leaving office as governor of Rivers after his 8 years, Rotimi Amici won the PDP primaries to have replaced him. Just before the elections, Celestine Omeya's name came up to replace Rotimi Amici in the INEC portal. And then, even though Rotimi won the primaries, it was Celestine Omeya that was forwarded to INEC to have been the candidate of the party. Celestine Omeya will go on to win the governorship elections, but Rotimi went to court. It was Supreme Court that officially gave Rotimi Amici the mandate to govern Rivers, because of course it was confirmed that he won the primaries. Of course, that already meant that Peter Odili and Rotimi Amici would be at loggerheads. The relationship was already sour. And then remember, at this point, from being a local government chairman, Wike, to being chief of staff, he has grown in politics, and then Wike was now going to take over power. Remember that Wike and Amici already had a fallout because, again, Amici wasn't loyal to President Jonathan. Wike claimed to have been a loyal partner to Jonathan. He was also a minister of state. So it was more like Wike was trying to take over the structure of the PDP in Rivers State, at least because of the fact that he knew that he would not be able to succeed Rotimi if he aligned with Rotimi. So then he became an antagonist in the state. It was a tug of war, and then Rotimi fought Amici to a standstill and took over the Rivers PDP structure and became governor. And then it was only normal. So what Fubara is doing now is not unusual. It's not abnormal. It's only going to be normal. And whoever takes over from Fubara will continue from there. It's because our politics is not built on values and principles. There are no pillars. It just happens. Everybody gets into power and push up take over all forms of power. So it is strong men that are being built, not strong institutions. And so it was only going to be a bad time. It's just that Fubara started fighting very early, or started beating. Oh God, I never thought I would use this word. Fubara started beating Wike very, very early. And then that's who Wike is. So anybody pitying for Wike somewhere or trying to create some form of analogy, right, again and again, that doesn't mean as a person who believes in democracy, understands the value of electoral integrity, will sit here and clap for Fubara. Fubara may be used now to deal with Wike. It doesn't mean that Fubara is a good person either, right? It's just normal that somebody wants to put Wike where he belongs and dump him into a corner. That's fair. That's fair enough. However, we must ask ourselves how long can, because there are people suffering in all of this. In all of this drama, there are people suffering. Democracy is dying. Electoral integrity is perishing. Somebody even suggested that Fubara should be made after his governorship term, he should be made INEC chairman, because he had an election, conducting an election without police security, and then an opposition party in the state won. Because this country na cruise. Okay, now look at it. APC national, PDP state, APP local government. So that's a state that's where democracy. If you see this on paper, in the future you are reading this on paper, you will say, wow, a city governor was in office of PDP, and then 22 local government chairman from an opposition APP. That's when people say, read history, you know. In 20 years and 25 years time, people that will come and begin to read this will clap for rivers and would not know all the shenanigans that happen behind the scene. That's who Wike is. So if you pity for Wike, you're on. I don't pity for him. It's just that I'm worried. I'm only worried. I'm only worried. And we are getting worse by the day. The country is sinking. Don't deceive yourself.